Hello, I'm Rusty Ralston, and I'm a furry, and I feel like it's my duty as some furry internet guy to give some advice to new people new to the furry fandom, and also some hard facts. So I've come up with a bulleted 13-point list on what the ins and outs of the furry fandom are. So let's get started. The big thing about being a furry is you don't need a fursuit to be a furry. Most furries don't have one. I don't have one, and I'm not planning on getting one. It's fine. You don't need a fursuit to be a furry. Of course, the reason why most people don't have fursuits is because fursuits are they're handcrafted. They're not made by machine. They're handcrafted, and thus that makes them very expensive because you're paying for the labor and the materials and all that stuff. So think of it like a sports car. You know, like you don't need to own a sports car to be into sports cars. Number two, you don't even have to go to conventions either. You can find an online space just fine. Conventions, they cost money too, for travel, food expenses, and all that stuff. Going to cons is expensive, and for a lot of people who either have social anxiety or a job that doesn't allow them to work weekends or stuff, going to a con isn't in the cards. So online spaces, they're just fine. It's a perfectly valid way of interacting with the fandom. Number three, don't be afraid to reach out for an artist for a commission. They're nice people. They don't bite, and are willing to draw almost anything for almost anybody. But number four, be warned. Always pay your artists. Seriously. Don't even try with this pay with exposure crap. Artists are trying to make a living. If you cannot give them the money, they're not going to give you the art. It's that simple. And number five, learn how to budget. Please. Learn how to budget for a fursuit, a furry commission, a con trip. Just learn how to budget, because if you have to ask for money to go to a convention or get a fursuit, just don't get it right now, because you're not financially able to get one. I know it sucks when you miss a con that you really want to go to, or when your favorite artist is not going to be open for a year or something like that, and you miss their commission opening. Like, I know it sucks, but if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. It's just how it is. It's one of the hard truths in life, but it's still a truth in life. Number six. This is going to be very controversial because of recent events. Corporations are not your friend. I know we've all seen those recent MSI ads with their corporate-friendly corporate persona, but do not forget, they're only there to fleece money off of you. They're basically advertising. They're only there to get you to spend your money on theirs. They're patronizing. They're not being friendly. They're not being friendly just for the sake of being friendly. They're being friendly just to get you to buy their service or product. They're only there to make money. Never forget that. Number seven, this is to the minors that may be watching this video. Stay in your own lane. Do not invade 18 plus spaces. Especially don't lie about your age to join 18 plus spaces. We do not want you there, and if you're found out to be a minor lying about your age, you will be kicked out, and you will be shamed. I have seen that happen numerous times before, because minors just can't seem to figure out that they just have to wait until they're 18 and before participating in adult space. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Alright, don't participate. We do not want you there. Just stay in your own lane. Be patient until you're 18. I know, raging hormones and all that crap, but just stay in your own lane, please. On a related note, number 8. The furry fandom is a sex-positive place. We appreciate things that are considered not safe for work, like sex workers, erotica, porn, fetishes, kinks, appreciation of relationships, and non-monogamous relationships. Non-monogamous relationships, I should say. If you don't like it, join a safer workspace. There are plenty of them out there. And if you're still complaining about it, then either get used to it or leave. We'll always have a reputation for being a sex-positive environment, or those freaks with the weird porn depending on who you ask. And it will always be that way. No matter how much corporations want to dismantle and amputate away the porn, it's still going to be there. If we won't change because of corporations, we certainly won't change because some little dictator wannabe doesn't like dick talk. And if you don't want it on your timeline, the block button's always there. It's there for a reason, and, use it. Number 9. Furthermore, the furry fandom isn't all about sex. In fact, it's not about sex at all. Sex is just one big part of it. The fandom, at its core, is about cartoon animals. And we use that as a launch pad for a community that values community building, self-expression, openness, and just being yourself. Especially for racial minorities like Black people, Asian Americans, and Pacific Islanders, Aboriginal peoples, and Hispanic and Latino people, as well as queer minorities like gay people, lesbians, the bisexual umbrella, trans people, people in the non-binary umbrella, and as well as polyamorous people. And if you don't like this because it's too political, well, you can get out of the fandom as well, because we don't want you here. Furthermore, if you use the fandom as an excuse to be a pedophile or a zoophile, then you are also not welcome in this fandom. And please, take the Harkness test to heart. If you don't know what the Harkness test is, it's basically a rule of thumb that is used for furry art that's not safe for work and other not safe for work arts. Because we will always be accused of wanting to have sex with real-life ducks or something. And it is especially handy when it comes to feral art. And there is a difference between baby fur and cub. Baby fur is non-sexual. Cub is explicitly sexual. And cub is also pedophilia. Learn the difference. And finally, number 13. Just be nice. Don't be a creep. Don't go to random strangers' DMs and say hi or ask for a roleplay request, because 9 times out of 10 you won't get a response and you probably would be blocked for it. Just relax, be yourself, and stop worrying about trying to be everyone's friend or enemy or anything like that. So those are my 13 tips for new people in the fandom. If you want to put your own tips, put them down in the comments. If you want to yell at me about this video, put them down in the comments as well. Anyway, I'm Rusty Ralston, and I will see you next time. I'm Rusty Ralston, and I am done.